Chapter 24 Mischief Elf and Mind Stab. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Levin? Levin? Are you there? Harry couldn't find Levin here, so he called out softly. I'm here. Levin released the invisibility technique behind them, and the sudden sound almost made them jump. Lul. Levin, when did you come? Ronald patted his chest and said with lingering fear. When Levin spoke, he almost thought he had been discovered by a professor. It's been 10 minutes. Why are you so late? Aren't you looking forward to tonight's duel? Levin glanced at the two figures behind them. One of them has thick curly hair, the other is very stocky. It's all because of Hermione Granger. She must follow. There is nothing we can do. Speaking of her, Ronald immediately felt resentful. What you did was against school rules. I almost told your brother. Hermione was also furious. I really didn't expect you, Mr. Green, to be fooling around with them. But, Miss Granger, you are actually enjoying this. Levin revealed Hermione's inner feelings without mercy. Aren't you also violating the school rules now? Professor McGonagall's character will not listen to your excuse. That's because the fat lady who looked after the door went to visit someone in some portrait. I can't go back. Mr. Longbottom can testify. Hermione pulled Neville aside a little aggrievedly, but Levin only gave him a look that said, I'll take it seriously if you say that. This drove her a little crazy. Mr. Green, you are different from them. You are a top student and the professors like you. You don't think this ridiculous duel is right, do you? Hermione suppressed her anger and tried to explain to Levin that she had always been very patient with people who were better than her. We should stop them together. You're right, I do think this duel is ridiculous. Levin nodded in agreement, but before Harry could refute, he added, but since you agreed to the duel, you should fulfill your promise. This is a matter of personal credibility and dignity. If you have read A Guide to Medieval Witchcraft, you will know that this tradition arose together with Muggle chivalry and was passed down to this day. It is already part of wizard culture. As Muggle-born wizards, we should follow the local customs. After listening to Levin's words, Hermione fell into silence. Ronald, on the other hand, became proud and said to Harry, I have never seen her so obedient. Harry thought thoughtfully. As expected, top students only listen to those who are better. He seems to have figured out the trick on how to deal with Miss Know-It-all. Go to Levin. Seeing that Hermione had been convinced, Levin turned to Harry and asked, Don't think that I am supporting you. I still stick to my previous opinion. Think about what time you and Malfoy agreed. It's so late and he is nowhere to be seen. He is probably I'm kidding you. It's past midnight. Malfoy and the others should have arrived. Maybe they were caught by Filch. Harry guessed. Maybe it was Crabbe who was caught. You remember his size. Ronald also analyzed. As a pureblood, he still didn't believe that Malfoy would defeat them after initiating a duel. The crystal glass cabinet displaying the prizes sparkled in the moonlight. Trophies, shields, medals and statues glowed silver and gold in the darkness. The 5 people moved forward against the wall, staring at the doors at both ends of the room. Harry took out his wand in case Malfoy burst in and challenged him to a duel. Time passed by minute. Maybe he didn't dare to come because he was afraid. Ronald whispered, impatiently waiting. At this time, a voice came from the next room, which made them jump. Harry had just raised his wand when he heard someone speak. It wasn't Malfoy. Sniff around, my dear, wherever they may be hiding. The 5 people immediately prepared to leave quietly, but the clumsy Neville got into trouble again. He stumbled and quickly grabbed Ronald's waist, and the two fell onto a suit of armor together. Boom, bang, bang. Crash. The sound of metal clashing was enough to wake the entire castle. Run! Harry shouted, and the 5 people immediately ran at full speed down the corridor. They skirted doorposts and ran down corridors until they emerged near the Charms classroom. I told you, Hermione gasped, grabbing the seam of her chest with her hands. I told you. I think we've gotten rid of him, Harry gasped. He leaned against the cold wall and wiped the sweat from his forehead. Mr. Green is right, Hermione said to Harry, you understand, right? Malfoy didn't even plan to go there to meet you. Filch knew that someone was going to the trophy room, Malfoy must have revealed the information to him, and you shouldn't have come to the appointment. Harry had to admit her accusation at this time, but other than that, he didn't want to say anything more to Miss Know-It-all. Despicable Malfoy, I want to make him look good tomorrow. Ronald's face turned red. He had been urging Harry to come to the duel. Who would have thought that Malfoy had no honor and that he was also embarrassed? Levin patted his shoulder and advised, don't be so angry. In fact, you can let him shoot him in the foot. Tomorrow morning, you can spread this rumor. Malfoy is a coward. He is afraid of the Savior and does not dare to go to the appointment at all. The duel has tarnished the honor of Slytherin and the pure-blood family. I believe your twin brother is also happy to help you with this favor. It's really yours. After hearing Levin's words, Ronald immediately became excited. You're right. George and Fred will definitely be willing to help me. I want to make Malfoy a joke. That's it. Levin smiled mischievously. Although he didn't dislike Slytherin as much as the Little Lions, he didn't mind giving Malfoy a little surprise. But now, we have to be careful, I feel something is coming. Levin seemed to feel something due to his talent in the prophecy school. As soon as he finished speaking, a clown-like guy appeared in front of them. He has a broad face, big mouth, and round eyes. He is wearing brightly colored clothes, a tie, a hat, and long slippers with long slits showing his toes. He is the famous Peeves of Hogwarts. Young wizards all think that Peeves is the same kind as the ghosts of Hogwarts. Actually, this is not the case. Levin remembers a book in the library describing a magical creature called a poltergeist. They look like ghosts but are not ghosts. They are between illusion and reality. They can move objects in physical form with physical power. They sometimes haunt specific locations, usually populated by large numbers of teenagers, and are usually attached to buildings, appear with them, or decide to move in at some point. In fact, Peeves has been living in Hogwarts Castle since the founding of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Poltergeists have never been alive either. They have never died and cannot die because they have also never lived, but because of this. Poltergeists are not immune to most spells like ghosts are. Certain poisonous spells, such as the tongue spell and the launching spell, Visitici, can be effective against them. Levin believes that Peeves is the poltergeist of Hogwarts. A few freshmen dare to wander around in the middle of the night. TSK, 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 naughty, naughty, you will be arrested. Peeves screamed happily and giggled. It's really difficult to deal with something like this that can go through walls. Hermione didn't know what was going on and wanted to plead with Peeves, but Levin thought about the nature of the mischievous elf speculated in the book, some kind of indestructible collection of mental chaos. Since Peeves comes from spiritual power, he will most likely be affected by the power of the mind. Just in time, as my spiritual power gradually increased, Levin has just developed an application for psychic abilities. Mind stab. With a thought, Levin's spiritual energy turned into a sharp needle and hit Peeves directly. Ah! The shrill screams echoed in the corridor. The little wizard swore that they had never heard Peeves make such a miserable sound. Everyone, let's go. Levin seized the opportunity and led them to run forward until they came to a closed door. Mid-Autumn Festival National Day Family Feedback. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, September 29th to October 6th.